Salutations, Queen of Shade here, coming back to share with you my perspective, the way that I think and the reason I am who I am and can do what I do. This conversation is about music in particular. I want you to understand something about music. Music was not a gift given to man. Man was not supposed to have the gift of song and music creation. But if you know the stories, then you can follow me. Once upon a time, the sons of God, those are angels, whom possessed all of these amazing gifts, song being one of them, loved or fell in love with the women on earth. And they desired to be with them romantically and sexually. So they did something that never was done before. Follow me. When the sons of God saw how beautiful the women of men were, they decided to do something about it. They wrapped themselves in human flesh and came down to earth to be with the women sexually. Now what you have to understand is, the story goes, oh, well, they did this and giants were born. But baby, that's not the entire story. It's not the entire story. And I'm going to fill you in on the rest of that story, what the sons of God did to the women on earth and what happened as a result, momentarily. Follow me. When the sons of God descended to this planet, put on flesh, and began to be with the beautiful women that they desired, they started to impregnate them. That was the first step right there. How can an angel impregnate a human woman? It's a lot of questions here you guys miss when you read your Bible. You don't ask the right questions. But anyway, they were able to impregnate women. And when they impregnated the women, giants were not the only result. All of the gifts from the spiritual world that angels had passed into the children of those couplings. Music was one of those gifts. Music did not belong to man. It belonged to the sons of God, with Lucifer at the helm as its creator. Which means music was never created by anyone else except him. Then he gets fired and descends to this planet unceremoniously. But the angels in heaven that still remembered those gifts and had those gifts came and mated with the women. So they passed not only music, they passed prophecy, clairvoyance, mediumism. Come on now. Seeing, oracle, shaman. They passed all of these gifts through their divine line to man. And children were born with great gifts and talents. I know because I possess a lot of gifts, and I am one of those children, a descendant of one of those children, and so are you. Follow me. What you need to understand is, when Lucifer became Satan, it did not mean that he was stripped of his gifts and his abilities. What you have to understand is, music belongs here, because the origin of music is here with us. So this is why you have country, pop, R&B, jazz, samba, world, new age, all these different hip-hop, all these different genres of music that seem to have been created effortlessly. But I need you to understand something about being an artist and being able to tap in to such great gifts and power comes with a price. Follow me. When you create music in particular, you have to access the spirit realm. It's like leaving your body. You have to channel the spirit realm. And when you channel the spirit realm, you have to be careful, because sometimes the lyrics come from a good place and sometimes the lyrics come from a bad place. But what makes all of that even worse is how you accessed the spirit realm. Have you ever heard an artist say, I got to drink to write? I got to smoke weed to write. I got a pop of this and a pop of that to write. I can't write unless I do this, that, and the other. These things were created to help man access spirit world more easily. But when you do it that way, you are illegally accessing the spirit realm. And there are consequences for that. Follow me. When I was a young man, I'm 41 now, but when I was a much younger man, 19 years old, I remember 18 years old, I remember being diagnosed with mania. But I also remember that to be on that thin line between sanity and insanity, it put me closer to the spirit realm. I wrote better than I ever did. I sang better than I ever did. My voice was higher. I had more of an impact and I got more musical things done. But the problem was this: I couldn't get to mania without inducing mania myself. Stop eating, stop sleeping, don't take your medicine, live on the edge. I had to let mania take hold in order for me to access the spirit realm and get the music I desired. But that was illegal, and I always crashed and wound up in hospitals and had dangerous things happen to me for accessing the spirit world illegally. Follow me. After being reprimanded reprehensibly by the divine, I was taught how to access the spirit realm legally. I then realized I had all of these other gifts: shaman, oracle, prophet, seer, healer, medium, clairvoyant, phoenix, and fury. I realized I had all of these gifts and the gift of music. I realized I had all of these gifts. And what the divine did over the course of my life was teach me how to access my gifts in full consciousness without having to induce the spirit world or do something to myself, damage myself to access the spirit world. And I stopped having to access the spirit realm in a manic state, a dangerously wild state. Follow me. You see, in closing, the issue is not just accessing the spirit world. We can all learn. I teach people how to access the spirit world legally. Problem is, everybody wants everything so quickly, rapidly, matter-of-factly, at the speed of thought, that they don't want to do the actual work that is required to legally access the spirit world and their own control panel for the gifts that they have been given. Baby, if you smoking and drinking and doing all popping this and popping that to access the spirit world to get music, you are not talking to God and angels. You are talking to demons. And the lyrics that you get, no matter how mild you think they are, come from a negative place to control the world. Music is the mind of man. Understand that. Music's power is more powerful than any drug you can ever take. The amounts of levels of dopamine that I put into my music, honey, you get addicted. You get addicted to my music. If you listen over and over and over and over again, you can change your life. I can hit a note that can change you to come out of depression. I do it when I speak. Why do you think I've been the Queen of Shades so long? I access the spirit realm legally. Follow me. If you legally learn how to access the spirit world, you'll be able to still have that great impact that you desire without the consequence of playing with demon fire. You have to understand, baby, we are not wrestling with flesh and blood. We are wrestling with ancient old principalities, and they know far more than we do. But baby, there are better ways to go about it. But in the music industry, even the industry wants it fast. So they even give you things and do things to you to help you get there faster. But the price is you. I know. I left mainstream music. I've been an independent artist for 21 years. Independent I am and independent I'll stay. Because when I access spirit, I access legally. And the great rewards are mine to enjoy. Are you accessing legally or are you accessing illegally? Think about it today. All gifts, prophecy, shamanism, sight, clairvoyance, tarot card, all of it, psychic. Make sure you are accessing legally or you will pay a price that will never, ever, ever see you on the right side of success.